Hi, my name is Dat Ngo. I am a computer scientist and also an English teacher. Welcome back to my English podcast. A study was conducted at Princeton University in 2014, where two groups of students were told to take note in two different ways. The first group had to handwrite their note with pens and papers. Meanwhile, the second group was allowed to use devices like laptops and phones to record the lessons. After each class, the second group, of course, ended up taking more note than the group with pens and papers. However, at the end of the semester, those who handwrote their note outperformed the other group with twice the test score. At first, the researchers theorized the group that used the old-school method with pens and papers were somehow prompted to study more at home. So, they decided to conduct the study again and again, and whether the students were tested immediately after class or after a week later, the result remained the same. You see, the harder you try to learn something, the better you understand and remember that piece of information. And when you go the extra mile by putting pen to paper, you'll get a chance to take a better look at every single detail while spending more time pondering on each lesson. I understand that it can be hard to take things slowly because for many people it is indeed a very time-consuming process. And let's face it, our time is limited. There's no way of stopping us from getting older every day. On the other hand, you now have access to more information than ever before. You can quite literally learn anything, anywhere, and anytime with just a click of a button. Now, that's when it hits you. There is just so much to learn and yet so little time. So, you cut corners and try to learn as fast as you can. However, you must understand there's no such thing as a free lunch, and everything you ever want in life all has a price. So, if you don't spend the time and effort to internalize the lesson, you're not going to remember any of it. Now, to make sure you get everything you need out of this video, here are two other ways that can help you remember what you just learned. Number 1. Visual memory. Context is everything. Without it, any given information can only provide forgettable meaning. So, to learn, let's say, a new word, you can give it a context by adding pictures, emotions, or stories that might help you visualize the word better. That's why the laziest form of acquiring a new language is to spend time on Netflix, watching the same things over and over again. Though it doesn't require much effort in this way of learning, you can already learn a lot from just trying to understand what the characters are saying. Now imagine what it would be like to put in extra effort, jotting down new vocabulary with a pen and paper, as you watch through a whole season of your favorite show. Number 2. Spaced repetition. You see, when it comes to memorization, repetition is the key element to learning anything. That's why it's hard to cram everything in one night before the exam when there's no time for repetition. Work involving higher mental functions such as analysis and synthesis needs to be spaced out to allow new neural connections to solidify. Pierce J. Howard, who wrote the book The Owner's Manual for the Brain, explains, new learning drives out old learning when insufficient time intervenes. So, if you want to make it stick better in your head, you need to space out your studying and have breaks between sections. Instead of trying to learn it all in one day, break it up into chunks and digest little by little while putting in more effort every day to maximize your learning potential. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I hope that you did learn something new today. My goal is to help you gain more useful knowledge every day while improving your English considerably. Don't forget to sub to get more awesome videos every week. Share this video with your friends and families so that they can benefit from this information as well. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.